Hello, loveys. Happy May 8th, 2025. Let me come closer to you. Hi, how are we? I'm so sorry. Can you hear me? I'm on the chrome tonight. Will it make a difference? Probably not. But she's here. She's day 12ing like she's never day 12'd before. And I apologize for being late because why? I was shoving a small amount of chicken parm directly down my gullet. Delightful, yes. Okay. But then I needed to brush the tooth because I had feelings. And I don't need you guys seeing red sauce just stuck in the tooth. Speaking of teeth, what happened here? This is a mystery maybe none of us will ever know. Who is he? Where is he? Brother Bukhenik. Oh, let's see who's here. Hi. Oh, Bupsy says the weird display on the jeans actually emphasizes the torn pocket of OJ OK's jeans. Yes. Hello. And Armor of Alessi calls out what needs to be said. It took me less than 10 minutes to brush my teeth. Oh, the FBI wasn't at my door, babe. So you know. And hello, Tina Lucille. We're ready for the ride. It's going to be bumpy, Catherine Dinwiddle. And we're ready. We're ready. All bumps ahead. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. This is going to be a wild one. I've taken notes. I'm going to have us at timestamps that none of us knew were possible. Okay. What is happening? Is she? Oh, we don't know. Who is she? Where is she? I don't even know. Oh, how do you forget you called 3 people? I love this. Jen Altman's in the chat. That's fun. That's my girl. And Shirley says she is blacked out. And Leveromi with cheese says YB was annoying AF today. I feel like he had a lot of things that he was hiding right under those navy blue sleeves. Okay. I wore a contrast color, a primary, if you will, just to defeat, the dark energy, the dark forces that I believe reside within Norfolk County DA's office and may look like him. I don't know. Okay. So, this is what CM Laval says. He was lying. He was. I think we've got a couple of points that we're going to say, yeah, we're going to call him out right on it. So, without further ado, loveys, let us go through the highlight reel of Commonwealth v. KARENREAD, day 12 of the retrial. And this is Sergeant Bukhenik on direct and then across that he gets a hair across his ass about. Okay, that's it. Stop it. You keep your day job, Kim. And we're going, okay. So I don't want to go through like the background, right? So Hank Brennan gets up there and I will give him this, okay? Hank Brennan and his petty paralegal have been working overtime. They are leaving no prisoners here, babes. They have no one to blame but themselves for what is happening and the aggressive writing that she does on her legal pad. Okay, I've seen it. We're going to have a moment that we all see it together. But he starts off humanizing Yuri, making him just the American dream, genius, evil genius, but genius. So you're going to say, oh, you're not just a men in navy blue because you're not a men in black because Will Smith would never. Tommy Lee Jones would never. J and K, stop it. I'm NK. Get out of here. So he starts off and says that he was born in Ukraine and that he immigrated to the United States of America at age of 9. He went to public school. Oh, so relatable. Salud. Let's crack a DC for this one. Oh, okay. And then he went to the Marines. And this is where I'm sure my father, if Mick's watching, He was like, oh, I like him. Okay. And I go, no, Dad. No. Well, he's a Marine. He's a Marine. And he went, it was after 2001. And he basically said he was going to avenge 9/11. That's what him and his 9 best friends from high school. Chippy Proctor has his 9 best friends from first grade that he sends fucked up texts to. And then Bukhenik gets to get up and say, hey, I saved you. You're welcome. Okay, I was the one who took out Osama bin Laden. That's what he tried to tell me that. And I was like, oh, you think you're heroing. You're heroing. And I appreciate it too. So that offends me. Oh, anywho, after that, he's got top secret clearance. He's like, I'm going to protect and serve. Who? Yourself. Who? People you like. What about Karen? Nope. What about Kim? Nope. Okay. And he was like in helicopter duty. So he helped with the president and he was like on a detail. So he would do like presidential helicopters. And he was honorably discharged in 2006. Then he boops over to the VA hospital police. Then he goes to Attleboro, and then he's in the SWAT team. And then in May of 2015, which is approximately 10 years ago, a decade in service. Oh. He has been at the Norfolk DA's homicide unit. There is a total of 6 homicide troopers. Used to be 7. There was 7 until Trooper Chippy P found himself to Mr. P. Made choices. And we're going to start here at 27 minutes. Are you ready? Clutch your pearls. Ooh. Hold, please. I'm going to find my pearls. And we're going to clutch ours and clench our butts. Let's go, babes. It's day 12.
Many of the deaths that you investigate, not homicides?
Primarily, the death investigations are not homicides.
When you walk into a call, do you have a preconceived notion whether it's a homicide or not a homicide?
When we walk into a call, we take in all the evidence, so we do not know exactly what we're going to have as a finding. We follow the evidence, we follow the information that we're provided, that we learned throughout the investigation. At times, it's obvious there was a homicide when the local agency that's reporting the death says that there was a shooting reported and there's a deceased person at the scene. So yes, we will know that it's most likely a homicide, but we don't make a preconceived notion or determination before we get there.
You said there are a number of cases that go through your office. Do you work investigations by yourself?
Never, no.
Are investigations assigned to the group as a whole, or is a particular trooper in the unit?
We have case officers, and the assignment of the responsibility when you will most likely be a case officer is scheduled a month or so in advance. So each trooper has a responsibility of a 24-hour period that they are on call. They respond to the scenes, whether it be a train strike versus pedestrian or a vehicle or a suicide by hanging. They respond, and then if they need assistance or they think that there's something more additional.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay. I'm sorry. What in the actual fuck did you just say right there? Trooper Yuri Bukhenik? All right. Did you say you guys go out, you have your 24-hour shift, and then sometimes, someone will be unalived by a train, by an automobile, a pedestrian strike, or a suicide by hanging? Shame on you. You absolute fuck. Because, let us turn back the hands of time. When was the last time, Yuri, that you were, or your office was in charge of a suicide, an alleged suicide by hanging, which is now charged as a homicide by former disgraced Stoughton police officer Matthew Farwell? Hold, please. So what do? I go back, I turn back the hands of time, and I say, this feels gross, but we're going to pull it up. Show it. Okay. Nope. Lied. Not the right one. Boom. Show this one. On May 6th, which was approximately 48 hours ago, it feels like 37 dog hairs. But Judge Beverly Cannoni denied the motion, now I have to pull it up because I can't see it. I can't see it. Hold on. You guys zoom it, okay? And I'm just going to pull it up and read the part that is imperative for what we're talking about. Okay. So the Commonwealth moves to prohibit disclosure or reference to any investigations and conducted by the Canton Police Department, Canton Fire, Massachusetts State Police, Norfolk DA's office, U.S. Attorney's Office, and or Federal Bureau of Investigation into the death of Sandra Birchmore. The circumstances surrounding the February 2021 death of Miss Birchmore are not related or material in the death of John O'Keefe. Evidence is relevant if it has a, quote, rational tendency to prove an issue of a case. Oh. So then she says evidence must have the tendency to prove or disprove a fact. And 2, the fact must be material in this case. Well, I got a question for you. Judge Cannoni, did we just crack this door wide open? Did we bust it open like a pistachio? I don't know, but it felt like that. Because you're mentioning what your office does, and you had the balls when you didn't need to. You could have been incredibly general. His answers today, guys. Oh, I'm going to get worked up again. It's happening. I'm delusional. Oh, did he just open the door? Cheryl, woohoo. I put out an SOS to who? Not David Yannetti, my bowl of spaghetti, because he was busy. He was busy at court all day. But I threw it out on the X to attorney Mr. Mark Betterow. And I said, hi, Mr. Betterow. Did he open the door here? And how it would be relevant in my brain. All right. Remember, she's a nurse, not a lawyer. But in my brain, by him talking about specific investigations and how we would, as the Norfolk DA's Mass State Police Troop of fucking 6, this is what we respond to. And the case that he is referring to, because if we did a little bit of a voir dire here, if we proffered on this, I would guarantee that in the last 10 years, I would be willing to put $500 on it. I don't have it, but let's say 20. I'm putting $20 that there would be no other suicide by hanging that he specifically or the Norfolk DA's office had taken over. Yes, unfortunately, there's overdoses. Yes, I know that they have had so many, other tragic instances of unattended deaths. But that was real sleazy. And you brought it up when you could have said suicides, homicides, elderly people that die, but no one's there. It's an unattended death. You know what? It's not, Hank Brennan, an unintended death, because you said it 14 times when you were talking to Gallagher and he didn't freaking change your mind or correct you. And then he started saying unintended deaths. I cannot. But I am just waiting for confirmation, loveys, because in my brain, if what cracked the door open last year for the discussion of witness intimidation by Turtle Boy was allowed in by dancing like nowhere near it, okay? It was on a different end zone, frickin' David Yannetti was at the time. And Judge Cannoni allowed it in. And I mean, if you roll back the transcript, it would be to prove a material fact that sometimes, as Loveromi with cheese said to me, your office gets it wrong. Oh, there have been other cases that your office has handled that you specifically brought up, guy, and you were wrong. So what is Judge Cannoni's what does her little note at the top say? 5-6, she just ruled on it. Like we said, 48 hours ago, she said that she is allowing the Commonwealth's motion to suppress everything unless the door is open. Well, I got to tell you this. I am verklempt just thinking about the thought of Alan Jackson busting down a door like the Kool-Aid man, coming through and ready to party and saying, let's fucking go. So that's what I really wanted to say about that. Will it happen? Probably not. Judge Cannoni would like to say no, thank you. But I'm just saying, we just pay attention. We're listening. And the most upsetting thing about it all, babes, was that everybody who heard this, every single person that posted it on any platform, you heard it. And it made you so uncomfortable. It made your heart break. Because you were like, why would you say that? Why would you slip that in? Because that's hurtful. And, you know, God rest Sandra Birchmore and her unborn baby, and may Matthew Farwell have the prison sentence that he deserves. Okay? Thank you. Sorry, Tiny Jesus. So gross. So gross. Hank's broken pencil. All right. So we're marking off when we're going by here. Okay. Now we're going to 37 minutes, and we are going to watch for a minute because he does his timeline, and Hank pulled something actually pretty good in his cross-examination on this one too, with his wording. Oh, Jesus, take me away. Tiny Jesus, be with me. Oh, we're spinning. We're spinning, not on the rings of Saturn. Hello? Are you here? Am I here? Oh, Christmas. Oh my gosh, by golly. It's time for mistletoe and holly. I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to try to move it again. Let's see. Maybe you just didn't like that part. You said, Kim, don't do that. Oh my God.
Do that morning?
That morning we did not.
We're back.
Had learned that there was a loose familial connection through town channels with the address and possibility of
just a loose familial connection, not like the homeowner, Boston police officer Brian Albert, being related to whom? The best detective in Canton, Kevin Albert. Okay, cool, man.
Canton police officer or detective. So Canton police, out of overwhelming precaution of impropriety, not that there was one, decided to step away from any interview investigation assistance with us.
Has that happened in your career before?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it has. Yes.
Since there would be no local detective, did that change your role at this point in the case, your involvement?
It did not change my involvement, but it did bring up a concern of manpower. We are obviously limited by staff. The weather conditions also further exacerbated that issue. So transportation was an issue. Timing is always an issue. And you can never have enough manpower.
Oh, you can never have enough manpower.
More prominent, given there was no local detective involved?
I would have to pick up the slack. I'm a team player. I always want to assist in any which way I can to make others' life easier.
And you were Mr. Proctor's supervisor?
I was.
After you received the broken glass, the cell phone, and you saw the plastic cups with the blood in them, where did the evidence next lead you?
Based on the information we had learned and the evidence, we decided that we needed to speak to.
Where did the evidence next lead you? He's throwing subliminal messages out like he is Tupac in 94. Stop it. That is so rude. And he says it 3 different times. He is telling the jury without telling the jury that Trooper Yuri Bukhenik only follows the evidence and where it led him. Fuck, that was good. I'll give it to him.
To the individuals who were last in contact and present at the scene when Mr. O'Keefe was found.
Did you have any specific other information that you were following at that point?
Yes, we had statements made by the defendant that she was questioning whether she had hit him. And to that extent.
Had you focused in on a target at this point or reached any conclusions about your investigation?
No, we were still in the information and fact-finding portion of the investigation. We are not ruling out people as much as we're not ruling people in as much as we're ruling people out. So we need to get as much information as possible that is in physical form, statement form, and circumstantial factors as well.
So where did the evidence take you next?
Following 3 interviews conducted in Canton with witnesses, we proceeded to the Good Samaritan Hospital because based on the information I learned, I needed to put eyes on Mr. O'Keefe and his injuries. I need to see what exactly the witnesses were describing.
Do you remember who you spoke with that morning before you decided that you wanted to go to the hospital to see Mr. O'Keefe?
Yes, we interviewed Miss Jen McCabe, Mr. Matt McCabe.
I'm sorry, did he just do Jennifer McCabe in a shorthand? Jen McCabe. Stop watching my channel. Stop it. Are you a TikTok fan, Yuri? Okay. So this is where he tells us the shits, right? And we find out who is the real detective in training on January 29th, 2022. And it is the one, the only, Jennifer McCabe.
And Mr. Brian Albert at the McCabe residence.
Oh.
How long or about what time did you get to see Mr. O'Keefe?
We got to see Mr. O'Keefe, I would approximate probably like 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock-ish.
Why did you want to see him specifically?
I wanted to see the injuries for myself, the location of the injuries, the types of injuries, the extent of the injuries, and overall condition that his body was in would be very telling. The mechanism of injury, how it might have taken place, and also the correlation of any evidence at the scene with those injuries.
Now, you don't have any medical degrees, do you?
I do not. No.
How about biomechanical engineering?
No.
Do you have
Oh my God, I love
experience
that
in these
breed.
situations?
Yes, 20 plus years of law enforcement investigating car crashes, pedestrian crashes, and 10 years in homicide.
Your role is not to make a diagnosis, is it?
No, it's not.
Is this information and your interpretation based on your experience important in guiding what you're going to do in the investigation?
Yes, it is very.
Very.
Do you ultimately get to Good Samaritan Hospital?
Yes, we do.
Okay, take us through what happens when you get there.
When we got to Good Samaritan Hospital, the driving conditions were treacherous. It took us 45 minutes from Canton Center, basically, to Good Sam, which would be a 15, 20-minute drive. At one point, I had to get off the highway because I couldn't tell if I was on the roadway or if I was off the road.
He is the Lorax. Okay. So after he follows the trees, babe, we are going to get to number 52. No, 51 and a half. Oh. Hello?
Did you know where the other sneaker was?
I did not, no. But I suspected, since it was missing, and once the reports came in that the paramedics, EMT personnel did not find the other sneaker, that it would be somewhere where Mr. O'Keefe was found or where he was initially struck by a vehicle.
Did you and Mr. Proctor have an opportunity around that time, 12:30, 1 o'clock, to go back to that address to look for the sneaker?
We did not know.
Why not?
Again, during the critical early hours of an investigation, timing is essential. We have to make sure we get to any and every location that could possibly have evidence and prevent that evidence from being destroyed, altered, or...
Oh, I just want to talk a little bit of shit. I'm sorry, loveys. Did you not think to yourself, Yuri, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds awesome. Okay. Wish you did it, pal. Because you know where you didn't go when time is of the essence and when you're in your fact-finding part of your mission that was done with integrity and honor? Oh, let's pray. You didn't go to 34 Fairview. You went to Jen's house and interviewed 3 people there. And then you went to the hospital. And then directly from the hospital, you did a trut to Dighton to seize KARENREAD's vehicle and cell phone. Fuck off.
Concealed. So we are prioritizing missions. And with the resources available at that time, I conferenced with my boss and advised him of the current status of the information that we had. And he stated that he would go out and marshal up resources to conduct a search.
Is this an example of the team approach of the state police at the homicide unit?
Oh, team approach.
After having this information, making these observations of Mr. O'Keefe yourself and bagging the clothes, where did the evidence lead you next?
At this point, once we viewed the the clothing and Mr.
Number
O'Keefe,
3.
we had to go talk to the last person that saw him, and that would have been, at the time, his girl,
Who'd you go see?
the defendant, Your Honor.
The prior question wasn't answered, so prior questions.
Did you know where Miss Reed was at that point?
Yes, we had learned that she traveled to her parents' home in Dighton.
Oh.
Did you learn about any?
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Eileen, I apologize. Yuri Bukhenik, he is the supervisor. He's a sergeant of the Norfolk DA's office, and he was lead investigator and case investigator of the incident at 34 Fairview and the death of Officer John O'Keefe. That's his boss. Okay. So Hank Brennan today was doing everything possible to not have to call Mr. Proctor because he is no longer a Mass State Trooper after his dishonorable discharge, due in part to bias in this investigation. So they are trying to get and lay the foundation for all of the Mass State Police shenanigans and alleged investigation into the death of Officer John O'Keefe in through Yuri. They tried it last trial too because they knew Proctor's text messages were coming, but they still had to call him. And now we don't know if they're actually going to call Proctor. So hope that helped.
Did you have any interest in any physical evidence at that point?
Yes, with the missing shoe, her stating that did I hit him, and along that line of statements.
Oh.
I was interested in the vehicle that she was operating that night.
Oh, you were?
How far was Dighton from where you were at Good Samaritan Hospital?
Typically, I would say it's probably a 35, 45-minute drive. With the driving conditions, it took us all of an hour, 15 minutes.
Who was driving?
I was driving.
Were you in a issued vehicle or were you in a personal vehicle?
No, I had to drive my personal pickup truck due to the weather. My cruiser would have never made the unplowed streets of the area.
Oh, and with all the money of the Norfolk DA's office, it is really difficult for me to believe, and all the overtime you motherfuckers have been paid, that you can't get a truck, right? Like you can't get 4-wheel drive. So you had to take your personal truck. Oh, sir, who you shitting? I know it ain't me.
Was Mr. Proctor with you?
He was.
Were you by his side the entire time?
Mr. Proctor and I were together the entire day.
You decided to go or
Did he
drive towards
pee?
Dighton. Did you ultimately make it to Dighton?
Yes, we did.
Do you know what time you arrived in Dighton approximately?
Approximately 3 p.m.
On your way down to Dighton,
They arrived to Dighton at 3 p.m. Now, keep the timeline, babes, because we know in Canton, you need a timeline. All of us. Clutch your pearls, clench your buttholes, and also get a pen and make your timeline.
did you learn any further information beyond what you had known when you had left Mr. O'Keefe at Good Samaritan?
Yes, at one point, Michael Proctor took a call from Jen McCabe, and she further elaborated and provided information stating that she remembered.
Sustained.
After receiving that information, is there something specifically you wanted to look at when you got to Dighton?
Yes, we wanted to look at the rear right taillight. Based on the information provided, it was allegedly to
Let me
be.
stop you there. I just want to know what you wanted to look at.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to relate conversations with somebody who's not here. And so you had an interest in looking at the right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yuri, are you new? Is this your first time? Are you new here, babe? Because you're acting it. Oh. So you're telling me that now we know that Jennifer McCabe had not only called Lanka, she called Lanka back at 9 o'clock in the morning and said, oh, I remembered. Whoopsie doops. I remembered. Karen, you know what she said? This is what Karen said. And now we're hearing for the first time that it's registering in my brain, babes, that after the meeting at Jennifer McCabe's house, she had been interviewed, Matt McCabe had been interviewed, and so had Brian Albert up in the corner of this picture. So we find out that en route to Dighton, they get a call from JM. And she says something clearly about that taillight? Oh, I have questions. Because now from that point on, now the boys are very interested in KARENREAD's taillight. From a witness at a party who saw nothing and claimed that Officer John O'Keefe never came in the house. But Jennifer McCabe has provided every piece of information to Mass State Police. Oh, in tiny Jesus' name we pray.
Right rear tail light?
Yes.
Do you know what type of vehicle you were looking for?
We were looking for a large black Lexus SUV.
When you made your way down to Dighton, you said you finally arrived. How did you know you were at the right address?
The defendant provided her parents' address to us.
Before you got to Dighton.
Interesting. For someone who, just had gotten out of a Section 12, just had been released, is in an actual post-traumatic stress disorder. She's flailing, falling apart. She says, sure, bop on by. Here's my parents' address. I would have been like, fuck you. I'll talk to you another day. It's a blizzard, you queef.
And after learning of new information and the information you already had, did you make any arrangements?
Yes.
Tell the jury.
And sorry, also, I am unwell. My boyfriend is no longer here. I am not able to process this right now. So I'm going to sleep on my mom's couch and I need her to rub my hair. Don't make it weird.
What you did on the way down to Dighton.
On the way down, we contacted Dighton Police Department and gave them a heads up that we would be coming down for an investigation.
Oh. What are you doing? Yuri.
And we were looking to most likely seize a vehicle. And we were requesting their assistance in contacting a local tow truck company that they were contracted with, and or also to assist us at the scene being a uniformed presence.
When you pull up to the address.
I will end you. I will literally end you. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. Fuck you, Chrome. You're not top-down Chrome spinning right now. I actually am Chrome spinning. Oh, maybe this is all a sign. It was all a dream. I will turn this off. Not today. Today was, listen, I'm telling you right now, if the government is not messing with my Wi-Fi, or I'm not even on the Wi-Fi, I'm connected to the goddamn wall. Oh, just keep clicking it. It's going to make it better, Kim. No, it isn't.
Did you make any immediate observations while you were still inside your truck?
Yes, the road was not well plowed. There was only enough clearance for one vehicle. So it was difficult to find a place to park, and
oh, damn it, I turned it back on.
Was also challenging.
Did you make any observations of the home or the driveway before you got out of your truck?
Thank you, Melanie.
Yes, the home is to the left of the driveway. The driveway was not plowed either. There was a large black Lexus SUV parked in the driveway.
Was the front of the SUV facing you or the back of the SUV?
The back of the SUV was closest towards us.
How far from the SUV were you when you first parked at that address?
Probably, it's the length of the driveway. Based on my memory now, it would probably estimate to be 60 feet or so.
Did you make any observations of the SUV from that distance?
It was...
Ooh, put that on your timeline. Put it on your timeline, babes. Because can you imagine that he just said 60 feet from the top of the driveway? Because that's where they were parked. And what is the Commonwealth theory of how many feet KARENREAD went in reverse on that fateful evening or early morning hours of January 29th, 2022? Yeah, it'd be 62 feet. Oh, Yuri. Are you telling me things without telling me things? Stop it. You stop that right now.
Covered with snow. Like it's been either sitting outside or driven outside in the snow. So it was exposed to the elements.
What was your next steps?
We waited for Dighton PD to arrive to assist us. Once they arrived, Michael Proctor and I exited and proceeded up the driveway. I told Michael,
Let me stop you with what you said. I want to just know what you observed.
He forgets how
When
to
you
do
walked up the
this.
driveway, how close to that SUV did you get at its closest?
at its closest, I got as close as me and a defense table, which is probably 10 to 12 feet.
From the 10 to 12 feet, did you notice anything remarkable about the SUV?
Oh.
Yes, there was a large piece of red taillight cover missing from the vehicle.
After you made an observation of a large piece of the red taillight cover missing, did you do anything else relative to the SUV at that time?
Thank you, Lovey.
Yes, I told Michael to get close.
I'm not interested in what he did. What did you do? What did you see?
I just saw the damaged and missing taillight cover. I did not touch it. We did not approach it with physical contact. So,
Did you see where Michael Proctor went?
yes,
How close to the car or the vehicle did he get?
within 3 feet.
Did he ever touch it?
No.
Where did you and Michael Proctor go next?
We proceeded to the front door of the home.
Well, well, well. The confession of a dramatic gay teen. Is that what we're having right now? Is this erotic? I don't know. But what I will tell you is this, is when you're talking about being 8 to 12 feet away, then you're 3 feet away, you guys are creeping. You're creeping. But you know what's really interesting is that you saw this dramatic gay break in Karen's taillight, right? The entire cover was smashed. It was into smithereens. 47 pieces to be precise. Well, riddle me this, babes. When Michael Proctor was just 3 feet from said fucking, taillight whisperer, why didn't he pull out his good old Sally? Why didn't he take a pic? We know he likes to look for nudes. How about evidence? No? Too much of a stretch. And how about you there, big boy? How about you here, my Mr. Navy Blue? Jesus Christ superstar. Our little Ukrainian king. How come you didn't direct your subordinate to take a pic? Click it. Click it or dismiss it. Take a picture, you fuck.
Home to make contact with the residents.
And how clearly did you see that missing piece? What's your level of certainty?
100%.
Oh, 100%. I'm not pressing it anymore. I refuse.
Did you knock on the door?
Yes, I did.
And were you invited in?
We were, but not through the front door due to the weather and the piled up snow. We couldn't open the storm door. Mr. Reed invited us into the home through the garage. He opened the garage door for us and welcomed us inside.
I
When
love
you went
that.
inside, what did you see?
When we went inside, I saw Mr. Reed, Mrs. Reed, and the defendant sitting on the couch.
You've referred to the defendant a number of times as Miss Reed. Do you see the defendant here in the courtroom today?
I do.
And the person you spoke to that morning, can you point that person out and describe an article of clothing they're wearing?
She's sitting in the middle right there in front of me wearing a black suit with yellow colored metal buttons on it.
When you
Yellow
walked in, you
buttons.
said-
Those
you
are
say that the defendant was
gold,
sitting on a
honey.
couch.
She was
How close were you when you were speaking to her?
within 12, 15 feet. We were in the same room, in the living room area.
Was Mr. Proctor there?
He was.
Was Mr. Proctor speaking to her?
He was.
Were you speaking to her at the same time or interchanging?
We were both communicating with her, a team approach.
I want to ask you about that conversation you had with Miss Reed. Before I do, Your Honor, may I approach briefly?
We both wanted to talk to her. It was a team approach. He will do everything. Back flips. He will do front flips. He will do a triple sow cow to get out of saying that anyone was a lead investigator here. Okay? It was him and Proctor, just Eskimo brothers touching tips all day long.
Okay.
Oh, sidebar. Okay, now we're going to have the Yuri instruction, Loveys, and this is quite an instruction. He is about to go into what he claims KARENREAD said on January 29th, 2022 at her parents' house. Do you believe him? We don't know. Let's see. Oh, wait, is it 109? Yes. Oh, nope. JK. That's my best friend.
I'm going to instruct you in more detail at the end of the case about this matter. However, I want you to understand that at this time, as the statements are offered into evidence, that before you may consider the content of any such statement made by the defendant as evidence, you're going to have to make a preliminary determination about whether or not it can be considered by you as evidence at all. In your determination, at the end of the case, you're not to consider any such statement by the defendant as evidence, even though it's presented to you through a witness at trial, unless from all the evidence in the case, you first determine that the Commonwealth has proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Ms. Reed made the statements she's alleged to have made, and that she made it voluntarily, freely, and rationally. All right, go ahead, Mr. Brennan.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, I want you to begin from when you were in the living room. You're beginning conversation with the defendant, the presence of both her father and mother. You're with Mr. Proctor. Can you share with us the conversation that you had with the defendant?
Yes. She stated that she's willing to answer our questions, but she didn't want to go into too many details. That's how the conversation began. She provided us the fact that Mr. O'Keefe was hanging out with a friend of his at 5 p.m. at the One Meadows Ave residence, following which he proceeded to C.F. McCarthy's in Canton, where the defendant stated that she met him approximately at 9 p.m. She was drinking vodka sodas. Mr. O'Keefe was consuming Bud Light beer. After C.F. McCarthy's, they proceeded to the Waterfall Grill and Bar. At this point, the defendant was asked if she brought a beverage with her from C.F. McCarthy's to the Waterfall establishment, to which she stated she didn't think so. After the Waterfall, the defendant stated that she dropped Mr. O'Keefe off at 34 Fairview. She was asked if she saw him go in the house. She stated no, she did not see him go in the house. She was asked about the damage to her rear taillight, to which she stated, quote, "I don't know how I did it last night," end quote. Once she provided us with the fact that she dropped him off and never saw him go in the house, she was asked to provide details about her leaving. She stated that she made a 3-point turn and left. She was asked.
Oh, babes, we have a lot to unpack here, okay? Are we ready to unpack? Oh, let's pray. So now this is all based on Yuri's memory. And let's be perfectly clear. It's a little bit shit, okay? He's got shit for brains, shit for memory. And, you know, I do appreciate some things, but not others as it relates to him. What is happening with my camera? Get a life, Cam. Okay. Anywho, it's from the Best Buy. And he tells us that KARENREAD says, yeah, I'll talk to you for a minute. And then she's like, I cracked my taillight last night. Well, I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm going to need you to put on your thinking cap. Do you not recall that Karen just came from what? Good Samaritan Hospital, from a Section 12 hold, where she was there involuntarily against all odds because she wanted to not be in the world if Officer John O'Keefe was not here. Because she loved him. Because she was so scared for his kids. And even when she was in the back of the ambulance, while Whitley thought she had bizarre behavior for being upset at Kerry Roberts for bringing her back to the scene that she just hysterically left to be transported to the hospital for this not awesome time. And she still was worried about John. She was in fight or flight. She was dumping so much cortisol. And she was not doing well. She had just lost her boyfriend. And pardon us if maybe her wording wasn't perfect. Instead of, I broke my taillight at 5:07 this morning, I don't know, last night. Okay, thank you. Ugh.
To provide some explanation of how Mr. O'Keefe sustained those injuries that he had. She did not.
Let me stop you there.
Let me stop you there.
Did you get an answer to your question about how he sustained the injuries or the details about the 3-point turn?
No, I did not.
Oh, 3-point turn.
You mentioned that when you were at Good Samaritan Hospital, you saw.
Oh, and remember, babes, if you were not here, pre-trial 1.0, that was the Commonwealth's first theory. They initially told us to just really not pay attention And they said Karen Read made a low-speed 3-point turn. Because do you remember when Jennifer McCabe is describing up in direct testimony, or it was actually in cross too with AJ, that she stated she saw a wave, like a pattern, right, in the snow and in the from the street. And the prosecution wanted to say that those were Karen's tire marks. But then they knew, oh, wait, that doesn't make sense because they didn't have the triggering event from Lexus, the Toyota Tech Stream, because they hadn't requested that for a year after Karen Read was already arrested and arraigned for manslaughter. And then they upped her charges in June of 2022. And then Trooper Paul finally requested the Toyota Tech Stream data in February of 2023. Then they had to go back to the drawing board and say, oh shit, you can't do 62 feet in a straight line at 24.2 miles per hour if you're making a 3-point turn. This is the most fucked up Twilight Zone and or like cottage written novel you have ever seen. It is baffling, the buffoonery. Bukhenik's baffling buffoonery. Shut up.
Blood on the back of Mr. O'Keefe's head.
Yes.
Did you ask the defendant anything about that injury?
Continue. Oh. Take me to church. Oh, Lordy. Okay, I don't know. What do you want from me? I'm gonna move you. I'm gonna groove you.
Quote.
There we go.
Once she provided us with the fact that she dropped them off and never saw him go in the house, she was asked to provide details about her leaving. She stated that she made a 3-point turn and left. She was asked to provide some explanation of how Mr. O'Keefe sustained those injuries that he had. She did not.
Let me stop you there. Did you get an answer to your question about how he sustained the injuries or the details about the 3-point turn?
No, I did not.
You mentioned that when you were at Good Samaritan Hospital, you saw blood on the back of Mr. O'Keefe's head.
Yes.
Did you ask the defendant anything about that injury?
Yes, we asked.
I'm going to lower it to
about
480.
the injuries that Mr. O'Keefe had, that he had been displaying, and whether or not he had those injuries the night prior at either McCarthy's or Waterfall, to which the defendant stated she didn't see any injuries on him. But then she provided a statement saying that Mr. O'Keefe bumped his head 2 nights prior and asked her about it, which to me seemed kind of strange. But
without the commentary.
It seemed kind of strange. Another man just up here saying that Karen Read is strange. She's bizarre. She's strange. You haven't even talked to her for more than 10 minutes. What is wrong with these people? I thought it was strange that Karen told me that he bumped his head a couple nights ago. You don't think that she is in a traumatic response? I don't get it. I don't understand how no one has empathy when you're even conducting an investigation. It doesn't make sense to me.
After she told you that Mr. O'Keefe had bumped his head 2 nights prior and that he had asked about it or she had asked about it?
She stated that he had bumped his head 2 nights prior and Mr. O'Keefe asked her about it.
Did she say when Mr. O'Keefe asked her about the bump on his head from the few nights before?
No, she did not.
Did the conversation conclude?
Yes, it did.
After the conversation concluded, what was your next step?
Once the conversation concluded, the defendant was advised that her vehicle is being seized and her cell phone was also seized.
Were there any other items at that point that you were seizing other than the cell phone and the vehicle?
Not from that location, no.
Did you have a warrant at that point?
We did not know.
Oh,
Did you have authority to seize items prior to having a warrant?
I do.
I'll allow it.
What is the process when you want to obtain items but you don't have a warrant? What process do you go through?
We seized them to prevent any alteration, destruction of the evidence that could be contained on those items pending a warrant. They are secured. They're not touched or processed by us. The process of obtaining a warrant includes writing an affidavit justifying.
Well, that's weird. That's weird. They're not touched because, wait a minute. Remember when we know that Trooper Michael Proctor sent text messages to his 9 best friends from high school, and he said, you know, Karen Reed, she waffled him regarding Officer John O'Keefe. She sent you, Trooper Proctor sent you, Yuri, text messages and said that he was looking for nudes and how much he hates who? Our attorney, David Yannetti, which is a sacrilege if you asked me. Okay, someone should pray for you. And if you walked into a church, holy water might spittle out. No one would genuflect for you, okay? The pews would close. They would say, no, you may not sit here because you are not doing the Lord's work. Good old sir.
Yeah, we don't need to hear any of this back.
Understood.
Yeah, none of it.
Did you ultimately obtain both the phone and the vehicle?
Yes, we did.
Describe how the vehicle was seized. What happened?
The defendant provided her key card. It's like a credit card size key fob for the vehicle to allow the ignition to start. It was driven onto a flatbed tow truck, secured, and then we followed it from Dighton to the Canton Police Department.
Yeah, and that's so weird, right? So the person who you say, because of your detective in training, okay, your little DIT, your DIT, Jennifer McCabe, has called all of you, called every single one of you and said, hi, oops, I forgot she also said this. Go look at her tail light. You go to her house, you say, I'm going to seize your phone. I'm seizing your vehicle. And she goes, here's the keys. Here's my phone. And you know what else is very interesting? There was nothing deleted from Karen Reed's cell phone. We know about the 50 fucking calls that she made to Officer John O'Keefe. We know about every single one of the voicemails. Okay? They were all still there. Does that sound like a mastermind who intentionally ran down her boyfriend to only return 4 hours later and try to save his life? Oh, Yuri, this doesn't make sense. Your ears are getting red. I know why. We all know why.
Video ever provided that showed part of that vehicle being loaded?
Oh, now he's going to go in. Is there a part of the video now? Oh, he does this. Oh, I can't. I'm going to get to that, babes. Hold, please. Oh, nope. Just kidding. We've got to turn back the hands of time and find the video. Was the video? Where did I put that? Where's the car video? Oh, sorry, loveys. Oh, maybe it's further up. Never mind. We're going to just go right here. 123.
Section. We would process it for fingerprints, which would be also service the crime scene services section provides.
Oh, no, that's not it. Wait a minute. 109. No, we already did that. 121. Here it is. Sorry. Okay, if I was trying to do that, there we go. She's in. No, we're just going to do one of these for the love of God. Nurse Kim's stream tonight feels just like that. Okay. I have to turn it back up. I can't help myself. Someone told me to make it
Had
higher.
dispatched other members of our unit to 34 Fairview and other resources from the Massachusetts State Police to assist him in a search for the missing shoe.
Do you know what time those other members began to arrive at 34
Of course he
Fairview?
doesn't.
You begin your travels at 4:15 p.m. back to the Canton Police Department. Why did you choose to bring the vehicle to the Canton Police Department if the Canton police detectives were not working on this case anymore?
They had a heated storage facility being Sallyport. We needed to preserve the vehicle as best we could away from the elements. And it was also in close proximity to our office, also to process the vehicle and get the search warrant from the local courthouse would have been more convenient for us.
Why was it?
Oh, I love it. I love that it's convenient for you. It is convenient for you, Yuri, to bring KARENREAD's Lexus vehicle that you are alleging was used in a crime at 34 Fairview back to a police department that was recused from this case early in the morning because of the relationship between the homeowner, again, Boston police officer Brian Albert, and the best detective on the Canton Police Department, Kevin Albert, who is his brother. The best detective who has a relationship with Michael Proctor and goes down to the Cape. They work on a cold case together, and they have some bevies. They have some adult bevies, and then Kevin Albert leaves his government-issued gun in Proctor's car, cruiser, whatevs. And the next day he goes, yeah, shit, we tied one on last night. Do you have my gun? How about my badge? That's your best detective in Canton. Frightening. I'm sorry, anyone in 02010 or whatever your zip code is. Holy shit. Well, Jesus, take the wheel on that. And just a reminder that if Mass State Police and the Norfolk DA's chapter, right, not H troop, but this troop, fucking goof troop, if they had just maybe, I don't know, called Framingham, they would have known that Framingham has a heated Sallyport. Garage, not Sallyport. They call it a garage there. So I don't care that it would have been not convenient, oh God, something that I can't just hop, skip, and jump down to Dedham. But maybe it would have been, I don't know, policy and procedure of Mass State Police. Stop it. Very fresh.
Heated Sallyport or a heated garage important to you?
The vehicle was impacted with snow that accumulated, and also from traveling on the highways, it was packed with a shell of snow covering the exterior of it. So it would melt away in the heated Sallyport.
Were you intending on having other resources or other team members or other units available to look at the vehicle at some point?
Yes, we were.
Who were you intending? Who did you expect would have to look at the vehicle in the future?
For one, we'd have to document the exterior of it with photographs. That would be crime scene services section. We would process it for fingerprints, which would be also serve as the crime scene services section provides. We would, if needed, take swabs for DNA or other latent evidence. So that would be the chemist, as well as if the authority was there to process the internal workings, the computer chips, and the infotainment system of the vehicle. And that would be a digital forensics expert that's trained in that field.
Would an unheated garage or Sallyport impede that?
Yes.
Given that Canton Police Department was not now part of the active investigation, did you have any concerns bringing it to the Canton Police Department?
No.
You said you left Dighton at 4:15. What time approximately did you and Mr. Proctor in that Lexus arrive at the Canton heated Sallyport garage area?
We arrived at the Canton Police Department at 5:30, and the vehicle was unloaded and placed into the garage at 5:35 p.m.
Did you and Mr. Proctor go into the garage?
Yes, we did.
And in the garage, what were you doing?
We helped facilitate.
I'm going to ask you what you were doing and then what you saw Mr. Proctor doing, rather than use we. I want to be very specific about what you did and saw. What were you doing?
I helped put up yellow caution tape around the vehicle.
It's not true.
To prevent anyone from coming near it and touching it.
Well, that's not true. That's not true. Why are you lying, darling? Huh? So, okay, so you're saying to me that you got back to Canton Police Department at 5:30. Okay, I like it. And it took you 5 whole minutes to get a truck off of the tow and have him drive it in? I mean, it wasn't like anybody was walking around it and taking photos of it. So that's really weird that it just took you that long, in my opinion. But it was 5:36, and we know that because we've seen it on the Sallyport video footage. The inverted cam heard round the world. We saw it. We saw it with our own eyeballs. So, okay. All right. And why are you smiling? Stop doing that. Why is everything funny to you on the stand today? That's a little weird.
With any other persons in that area other than you and Mr. Proctor?
There were members of the Canton Police Department.
Did you make observations of the vehicle once you had it in that Sallyport area?
Yes, I did.
You mentioned that it was
Thank you, Lovey.
packed with snow. Was the snow still on it when you brought it into the Sallyport?
Yes, there was.
Did you wipe the car down or clear
No.
the car of the snow?
No.
Did you touch the vehicle in any way with your hands?
No.
Did you ever see Mr.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, so wait a minute. You're telling me, you want me to believe, sir, that you saw the large red missing lens of KARENREAD's right rear taillight. Say it 3 times fast. But it was all packed with snow, right? And we know that it doesn't really make sense that you could have seen it from that distance. Proctor couldn't see anything, and he only went 3 feet near it. He didn't touch it. And then you went into the Sallyport, and what you did after was put up the yellow tape, the caution tape, if you will. Okay, tell me more.
Proctor touch that vehicle?
No, he did not.
Objection.
I'll sustain it.
Move to strike.
I'll strike that. Ask me a different minister.
Did you ever see Michael Proctor touch that vehicle while you were in the Sallyport area?
I did not.
How long did you remain in the Sallyport area for, do you know?
We remained in the Sallyport area approximately until 5:51 and change, based on
Okay,
the
that's
best of
enough.
my memory.
After you left the Sallyport area, where did you go?
We left the Sally.
Oh.
I apologize.
Go ahead. If you can say first what you did.
Oh, I love that. Look at someone says something
And then-
funny. Oh. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, gosh, guys. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. I just pressed forward on the videos. Oh, Christ.
He
Oh, there we go.
indicated
no.
he was driving by and
Okay, here we go. We're going back. Oh, she's having a day. She is having a day. No, that was not there. We are who, what, where, when, why, and how. Now we're going to 139 for Shoegate. We'll start here though. I can't.
I'd move this item into evidence.
No objection.
With the court permission, I'd ask the trooper to show the item to the
That
jury.
was not very kind. Look at him just tearing that evidence bag.
Thank you.
Now, Loveys, they were cut off because of emergency medical training, right? That they had to cut off his pants because John O'Keefe had an intraosseous line in his right in front of his tibia. Well, in his tibia.
Did you learn during your conversations with the CERT team and other members of the team that a sneaker was found at 34 Fairview?
Yes, I did.
Have you seen the photographs relative to that sneaker?
Yes, I have.
And you mentioned when you were at the hospital, there was a sneaker.
I don't know because I don't remember there being, Valerie, a hole, or not a hole, like a rip in Officer John O'Keefe's pocket from the first trial. Do you remember that? I don't. But I definitely saw it, and I know that all of the rips were made, you know, the cuts were made, but that's all along the pant. That wouldn't have had to do with his pocket. So I don't know. I don't even recall it.
One.
Yes,
Do you have that sneaker with you?
I do.
Could you produce it, please?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Then I'd move
get
this item
ready,
to evidence.
loveys, clutch your pearls.
Could I have the court's permission for the trooper to show me the jury?
Thank you, my Annie. Just egregious with this. Oh,
Trooper, is that the sneaker that was at the hospital when you visited Mr. O'Keefe?
okay. So you hear Hank Brennan's question. So that was the sneaker that was at the hospital, right? And now here's what Bukhenik says back.
No, so this is the sneaker from 34 Fair.
Can I have that mark?
Okay. And you know, in times of crisis, this is where we go together for.
I know something's weird, and now I know it. That's why your whole jug is out. I understand. I thought this was happening. Y'all are running game.
Her jugs are just out because this is what they normally are doing.
Yuck, Jesse. What y'all are doing right now is gross.
It felt it. Yeah.
What is that, a left or a right sneaker, sir?
This is the left sneaker. Excuse me, this is the right sneaker from
Judge Cannoni, in this moment, said she telepathed, okay? She had telepathy. She put her brain inside the brain of Yuri Bukhenik, and she said, if you don't figure out what the fuck you're trying to say right now, I'm going to end you. She would have immediately burst him into flames. From what? The power of her ancestors and you know, the Salem witch trials. Tiny Polly Pocket Bev Cannoni does, she musters up the strength of all good witches and bad ones. Okay, she's a little bit like that lady, Agatha. Who is Agatha from? She's the new, oh, I love that show. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. That's Bev's theme song. Okay.
34 Fair Road, Kansas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sure. If you could put the speaker back in and let me run
Yeah, put it back in. Let's pretend it didn't happen. Okay, now they go to sidebar. It's a long sidebar, okay? Because everyone is thinking about their life. Mistrial. You know that Alan Jackson stood in that back and he said, I'm going to fucking go. I don't know. He was like, I don't want to do this again. I want Karen to be, I need to free Karen Reads here. But at the same time, he was like, fuck this shit. Because you just presented evidence to our jury that cannot be unseen. You just said it was a right shoe, a left shoe, you know, one fish, two fish, one Nike, you know, fuck you. I don't even know what was happening, but it was wild. Come on back to us. 222. Oh. We were on a short break 5 hours later. Hi, OnlyFan. How you doing? You're so pretty.
Court session, may proceed.
Are you all set, Mr. Brennan?
I am. Thank you, Your Honor. May I?
Yes.
No, she wasn't, Tina. She
Sir,
never
you were
is.
discussing Mr. O'Keefe's sneaker that you retrieved from the Good Samaritan Hospital.
Yes, sir.
Would that be his right sneaker?
It would be his right sneaker.
Do you have that sneaker with you today?
I do.
And again, could you open that bag and show that right sneaker to the jury?
Yes, sir.
We just bippity boppity bukkakied, okay? Bukhenik, did you bippity boppity book? No worries, put on a new set of gloves for not correct evidence. Oh, don't worry, I changed my gloves. Stop it. I'm done.
Is that the sneaker you retrieved from the Good Samaritan Hospital?
Let's take a moment. Take a moment. He loves it. He's very proud.
I'd move that into evidence, please.
Okay, any objections, Mr. Jackson?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
He has no idea. He just looked at that sneaker and said, I don't even know if that is the sneaker. That looks like a brand new sneaker to me. I don't know. Maybe Officer John O'Keefe had just bought them, but like he had grass stains on his jeans. He had dirt all over his friggin', all over his orange undershirt, his t-shirt, right? But those kicks, those Nikes are fresh to death. No, oh, fresh. Don't say that, Kim. Sorry, Tiny Google. Thank God you put those gloves on, because he just handed it off to Madam Court Reporter. No gloves, just bare hands. You know, she's raw handing it, and he's like, I'm gonna put some vitals on these gloves.
Trooper Bukhenik, there are two more items. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Trooper Bukhenik, there are two more items that you retrieved of John O'Keefe's clothing from the Good Samaritan Hospital. Did you bring those two items with you?
Yes, sir.
Are those two of the items that you laid out on butcher paper to dry?
Yes, they are.
So they ultimately bagged and put into evidence?
Yes, they were.
And did you bring Mr. O'Keefe's T-shirt?
Yes, I did.
Is it placed in an object so it can be seen?
Yes, it was.
What type of object?
It's a transparent plastic sheet.
I would move the T-shirt into evidence.
No objection.
With the court's permission, could Trooper Bukhenik show it to the jury?
Yes.
Oh, loveys. When this came out, I physically, again, needed to ET phone home, okay? I was Drew Barrymore. I just found fucking ET in a closet. What are we doing? I'm sorry. Why do we have like a casing that we've got our Tom Brady jerseys in, right? Like, this looks like something that's in a man cave. It feels like it would be something that you would find in a sport fanatic's basement. Yet this is the same shirt that you put on fucking parchment paper and allowed dry and didn't even monitor where it was. It was just chilling for days upon days upon days, with access to anybody, as we will find out, or anybody had access to it, rather, on its parchment paper. And now you've put it in museum quality glass. Is this a Beckett 97 Jose Canseco card, right? Did I just go down to Watertown and get some cards with my brother? Is it 1994? I don't know. So fucking weird.
Did you show the back as well, Trooper? Thank you.
Mr. Brennan, could you help assist with what reporting that, please?
Of course.
Exhibit 87.
Yeah, just place it on that side.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
And Trooper Bukhenik, is there a last piece of item of Mr. O'Keefe's that you took from the Good Samaritan Hospital?
Yes, it is.
And what is it?
It's the sweatshirt.
I'd move that into evidence, Your Honor.
No objection.
With the court's permission.
Yes.
And that is it, loveys. Hank's broken pencil. Poor John. Poor Officer John O'Keefe. I'm sorry. I am very reverent to Officer John O'Keefe's life that was lost. I know that you all know that. And that I'm deeply, deeply disturbed by what I believe occurred in this case. But when I look at these assholes, these walking fucking assholes of Mass State Police, and specifically the Norfolk DA's office, it enrages me. And I can't do anything about it other than like call my best friends from out of town. I FaceTime you. And it is, for me, I have to say that like at least being able to roast the shit out of them feels like it's appropriate, and maybe it's not. But I do have the best of intentions, and I pray for Officer John O'Keefe and his family as well as the Reeds and Karen every single night. Oh, they did it again.
Could you show the backside, please? May I approach?
Yes. Next exhibit, please, Madam.
That is so weird. Okay, that is, now we're here. We're done with that. Okay, and now, guys, we're bopping to 245:16, allegedly. Oh, I gotta talk shit about this. 245. Is that it? No. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. I want you to take a look. I want you to take a gander. Okay. And we're gonna get close. We're gonna talk a little shit. Let's get together. Okay. Hi, loveys. Just me. Right next to me, we have what was a piece of taillight fragment found during the excavation finding of Mass State Police on February 3rd of 2022. Now, this was 5 days after the alleged pedestrian strike, per the Commonwealth, right, of Officer John O'Keefe. And what is particularly alarming to me when I look at this is I see it's got measuring, which is great. I love a measurement. Love it. Measure it, King, because women can't trust you. But what stood out to me was the grass. What stood out to me was the leaves. And I see that there's a little bit of snow, right? Like you can see it. And that day it got up to 47 degrees. This was a Friday. But every other night was like, what did they say? It was like in the upper 30s, and then it would get down. It would clearly go under freezing, right? It would dip down. And I was just saying, oh, because this doesn't make sense. The Commonwealth's entire theory is that Officer John O'Keefe struck his head on a ground that was hard as a rock. So how 5 days later is the ground this de-thawed with only 1 day before this search that was above 40 degrees? It could have never thawed this much. So I posed a question to who? Todd Gross, Cindy Fitzgibbon, Sherry Spear. I asked every damn meteorologist. No one answered me. But I don't think that this constitutes, if you're looking at this, does this look like a murder ground? You know what I'm saying? Because you would need the ground to be the tundra, if you will. The soil, the earth would have to be so profoundly frozen to get the injury and the specific 2.5-inch laceration to Officer John O'Keefe's right occiput of his cranium. It doesn't make sense. This doesn't work. The math isn't mathing here. So the Commonwealth's theory, for the first time that I've seen, I saw other pictures in trial 1 regarding this, MSP excavation trip that they did, but I never saw this one. And this to me is shocking. It's like, no offense to our meteorologist, because Mr. Gilman is adorable, right? The Commonwealth witness, the expert, he was very, very kind and sweet, and he knows a lot about what he knows. But you're not going to tell me that 5 days later, the earth had melted or the earth had warmed to unfreeze this terrain. That was the cause of Officer John O'Keefe's death. Nope. Next. So I was pissed about that. And then we are going to, next page of notes. She's an asshole. 34410. View chapter. I feel like I'm in a chapter book. 34410. No one asked you to read to them, Kim. You're an unwitting author. You are not award winning. 4110. Boom. Nope. Close enough. Nope. Just kidding. 344. Boop. Nope. There it is. Nope. Still close. 3, 4. Oh, it's always like playing Russian roulette with my life. Take it away. Jesus, take the wheel and take it away. Oh. Making me work for it today. 3, 4, 4. 44. Boo-doo. Anytime now. Oh no, we've got to go back up. You will not abandon me. Jesus won't abandon me. I'm going to try it. 720. Let's see. Something's got to work. I'm clutching my pearls. I am going to have a panic attack. I hate this. Okay, let's throw a little clip in. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Oh, this is terrifying. 3, 4, 4. Bear with me, guys. You're the best. I appreciate you. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me try the settings. I'm in high definition. Okay. Virtual. General. Oh, you devil. Wait. What? Why won't it allow me to change it? What is this? No. Oh. In the general, guys, it won't allow me to change it. Orientation is disabled. Who's disabled? Where does resolution? The quality of your recording and the stream sent to your destinations. You and your guests need a solid internet. Thank you. For Facebook, you have 180p's. Viewers can only watch 720. So why do I have it all the way up, but I can't change it? Standard? No. High definition. Oh, I think we're here, guys.
When you were at the Sallyport, did you get an opportunity to look at the Lexus's rear taillight?
I don't know how it gets overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed like
Yes,
Adam
Did you get to
Lally.
make observations about the damage that you viewed that morning?
Yes, I was.
Did you lay?
What is it saying that view this?
have a chance to see after the snow melted what that damage looked like?
Yes, I did.
Huh.
Could I have Exhibit 54, please? Do you recognize what's in that photo?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize it to be?
That is the defendant's Lexus SUV that was seized and later processed. It's currently in the Canton Sallyport, I believe.
Could we close up on the right rear taillight, please?
Go up to the right
Do you notice
rear
anything about that right rear
taillight.
taillight?
Yes,
What do you notice?
it's missing a large red portion of the lens.
Okay, and what are
Is
you
that
going to
consistent
say?
or inconsistent with the damage that you saw when you first saw that car?
That is 100% consistent.
Oh, okay. What do we feel, loveys? Now, can you see me? Can you hear me? I am here. You are here. We are together. We will hold our hands, and I owe you something. What do I owe you? I don't know. Maybe a stream that I'm not fucking sharing or presenting something. Let's do a scream stream that I'm just talking shit, because you know what? It doesn't mind it if it's just me, but it hates me when I have another thing. When I put the thing on the screen and I put it in another home, it doesn't like its brother. Like it doesn't like to project onto the World Wide Web. It's so rude. Anywho, he says 100%. Oh, Yuri. Oh, Yuri. I don't like it that a man, okay? I don't like any man saying that he's 100% about anything, but I digress. He's 100% sure that that taillight looks exactly the way he remembers it. Oh, Yuri, I feel like you might eat those words in a minute, babe. You know? Because remember when you had also said that you had to go back to the Sallyport because all the snow was caked on. And if we remember even the testimony of one Carrie Roberts, she told us that there was a small little hole, right? Just a little hole holing around town. But it looked just like that to you? Oh my, that's quite different than one of the witnesses that had seen the car that very morning.
Did you get an opportunity to see any video or photographs of that right rear taillight before the car was placed in the Sallyport video?
Yes.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Don't be suspicious. I don't get it. Maybe go up. Go up, go down, go up, go down. Nope, won't do it. It's dying. Bob, I'm lost on the internet. Oh.
The frame will be timestamped 2015.
You see me? Loveys, can you see me? So now I'm going to tell you this. Now we've got to talk through it because, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did Tiny Jesus just fall off the boom? That might be a sign. Listen to me. So the second that I pulled it off, right? As soon as, Tiny Jesus, find your home. Find your home. You're not too good for your home. Love you. We love you. So as soon as it stopped sharing with you, it worked perfectly. So what is happening when it's not? I don't get it. Like, what is it doing that it works when I'm not presenting it, but then when I present it, it doesn't work? What am I doing wrong? Oh God, it's too much. It's too much for all of you. Are you too good for your home? That's what we're asking. That is what we're asking. Share a referral link. No. Am I having issues? At the bottom of the screen, it just said, are you having issues? Bitch, it's 2025. I'm knee deep in KARENREAD retrial. I have issues with my internet and connection, and I'm trying to talk shit with my best friends from out of town. Yeah, I'm having fucking issues. StreamYard. Oh my God. So rude. Now, okay, I don't know. No, I don't want to touch it. I wonder if you can hear it. No, you probably can't hear it. I don't know what I've done here. Babe, Gilly, babe, I'm connected to the wall. I'm physically jacked in. I'm jacked in. I'm on 5G HTTV, I think. Oh, hold on. Let me check it out. What does this mean? Oh, no. Let's see. We're going to go into the settings. We're going to think about our life together. And we might have to do just a 2.0 later because so it says it's the HP all-in-one. Your Ethernet is connected. Feels like you're lying. Cloud storage, everything is fine. Now, network and internet. What lives here? Oh. Oh, proxy. What's a proxy? I don't know what that means. All right. So, loveys, I'm not going to stay here. I'm just looking and I'm trying to get it together. I'm really trying. I'm going to try to share it one more time. And if I can't, we're just going to say, we tried. We gave it a whirl. Allow this PC. No, don't do that. Oh, home system. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Focus, storage, discoverability. It says for developers. Are you fucking with me now? Am I a developer? Oh, a window update. Says attention is needed. Let's give it attention. What do you need? I'll give you all the attention. Can I get through this? Oh. Oh my God, I don't know what this is. It says, oh, guys, I need to do an update. I think. I need to I have an extension. Oh. Pause updates. Why is this paused? I don't know. Get out of here. Abort mission. Abort. Okay. Now, focus. We're going to settings it. We're going to do that. We're going to present. We're sharing. We're going to do this one more time. And I swear, be with me. Oh, what is window? What does this mean? Oh. No, Chrome tab. Share. Okay. And let us play. 344. No, 351. Okay. On your mark, get set, go. Let me shoot. Oh, get another calling. I'm going to do it on my phone like Jimmy. That's it. I'm only going to do things on my phone moving forward. I'm going to say, this is fun. I don't get it. Yeah, it's not working, loveys. So I'm not going to hold you. I don't want to horrify you any longer. But I will try to get this fixed. If I can't, I can't. It's 9:30 already. You are the best to ever do it. I appreciate everything about you. I am so sorry for another absolute shit show at the Nurse Kim channel. I don't know why anyone would answer, but I can finish this up tomorrow. And we can also do the finish up the rest of Bukhenik's cross-examination by the one and only Alan Jackson. Now, stop. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing it. Like, then all of a sudden I become normal. Well, as normal as I can be. Look at that. Oh my gosh. He's fallen twice. So there's got to be something wrong, right? Like, if I'm, oh my God. Oh, okay. I'm actually going to say a rosary now because this feels like he's coming for me. Bukkake in a blue shirt is coming for me. It feels very, very sinister, the energy. But so I've come back to life and now I'm fine. And now this video will play. It just doesn't like to interlock the system. What that means, I don't know. Is there an interlocked system? I don't know. Probably not. But that is it. Oh, yes. Yep. Mary, no shit shows on the Nurse Kim channel. We love you. Listen to me. Mary, why are you so kind? Why are you so kind? Okay, wait. I could talk through it. 353 was the trigger that the CW alleges Karen did at 34 Fairview. But we know that it really was in her parents' driveway in Dighton. And remember, Bukhenik said to us that it was approximately 60 feet. I can't. I'm just saying, are we making this up? No, we're not, because we're very smart and pretty. Then I wanted you guys to go back in the hands of time. I wanted you to turn back time like Cher. Okay? I wanted you to be on a Navy boat in a very risque leotard from the 80s. And KARENREAD said in the ID docuseries that she had 3 drinks, right? And a shot. And she had to put a shot in each, okay, so it was 6 drinks because everyone was a double. So it was 3 actual drinks with a shot because they were so weak. And then 1 shot at the end. Wow. Listen to this. She didn't lie. I have the clip. Where's the clip? I don't know. Can't find it. It's not in my media assets. But she didn't lie for shit. She had 3 drinks, 3 doubles. And then the last drink she left had a shot in it that the boys all took too. And she took that glass over to where? The waterfall. Just a reminder. Who's the only one who's not butt dialing, not deleting, telling you the truth, even when it doesn't make her look great? She's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I did it. I thought, could I have done this? But now I know I didn't do it. Bitch, I believe you. I believe you. That's why we send you lunch money. This is why we send you our money. Because we want you to fight the fight for all girls in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And the United States, because this will be precedence moving forward. There will be case law. And I believe college courses will teach what happened here. And we need to prevent anything. And this culture of the tall blue wall has got to be done, in my opinion. And then, I want to do that with you though, because then AJ, I want to do the cross with you. So we'll do the cross with the video because AJ was on point, babes. He was incredible. He was the best to ever do it. He gets up, he does with his little blazer, he goes boom. He loosens up that tie and he says, "Are we fucking? Are we fucking?" Oh, and Bukhenik Bukhenik was not ready. He didn't know. He didn't know it was a rock'em sock'em robot night. He didn't know he was going to be saying, well, I guess that's right. Yeah, you could be right, sir. Oh, he didn't see it coming. All right, lovies. So I am going to do our actual cross tomorrow. and we'll do the entire cross, because if I was a betting woman, I would say AJ will be with him until at least, I don't know, the afternoon. I would guess till after lunch, because there is still so much more that needs to be covered. We got a lot of explaining to do, and the jury needs to get it. I think today was an incredible start. Tomorrow will be an incredible finish him. Like this is some sort of Mortal Kombat. I believe I know who the winner is. And it is not you, Sir Bukhenik. All right, babes, it's 9:35. I'm sorry I kept you so late and for a disaster of technology, per usual. Okay? But I love your faces, and I'm going to talk to you soon. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and we will do better. Okay? Tomorrow will be better. Pinky swear. All right. Love your face. Talk to you soon. Bye.